If you really want to know what makes it go, what takes it high or sends it low down, well, you can work it out if you just learn about the way things work. If you really want to know how it can ride or bump and jump or glide and slide, you ought to take a little look inside the way things work. And watch the thingamabob that turns the knob, that makes the jigger jig, that turns the thingamajig, that pulls the trigger, that makes the digger dig. If you really want to know how it can fly without a wing or string to tie with, you find the same simple rules apply with the way things work.
I shall never forget the first concert I went to on Mammoth Island. It was a few days before the opening of the Grand Bridge, and quite unlike any other musical event I had ever experienced. Everyone had dressed up especially for the evening. Oh. Olive, you look lovely. Pilbeam, Frank, the bicycle helmet, knee pads, yes, the elbow pads, really, most smart.
The old inventor's not exactly dressed for the occasion, is he, Frank? Doesn't he know? Throwing caution to the wind tonight, are we by any chance?
I beg your pardon?
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Come on then, everyone! We don't want to be late!
Brenda, there you are, my princess.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's performance is a dress rehearsal for the Grand Bridge opening ceremony, which I am sure you all know takes place tomorrow night. We shall begin with a composition written for the occasion by myself. It is entitled The Beautiful Bridge.
Mammoth?
What on earth are the mammoths doing there?
Go on with you. You know you can't have music without mammoths. Don't they look lovely?
But don't you use proper instruments here, like violins or flutes, recorders and so on? One thing you could never call it was... Yippee! Run for it! See, I told you he'd be all right. Does this happen at every concert?
Excellent! Oh, yeah! Great, isn't it?
It's part of the excitement. No one knows when the concert's going to end.
It's the only thing that keeps me awake through all that boring music.
We ought to be getting off. We've got to get the bridge finished tomorrow in time for the opening ceremony. There's loads more to do. You'll be coming, won't you, Mr. Inventor? Okay, me? Of course. No mammoths to interrupt proceedings of this opening ceremony, I take it? Off you go. I'll see you all tomorrow. The next day, Olive and I set off early to see how the bridge building was coming along. Olive, please. That reminds me of last night.
Hey! It sounds different. See?
Yes, Olive, so it does. That's because there is less lemonade in your bottle than before. Let's stop a moment, and I'll explain. You see, the sounds you've been making happen because the air inside the bottle is vibrating. After drinking the lemonade, you have more air inside the bottle. The larger volume of air vibrates more slowly, so the sound is deeper or lower pitched. And that is the basis of how all kinds of woodwind and brass instruments work.
Woodwind? Brass? What do you mean?
Let's begin with woodwind instruments. They are blown so to set the air inside vibrating, rather like your lemonade bottle.
That's nearly very good.
If you cover the holes up with your fingers, this changes the note. This simple pipe has 7 holes. Cover up all the holes and you get this sound. Remove 2 of the fingers and the note sounds higher. And remove 4 of the fingers and the note sounds higher still.
I see.
Olive and I were so engrossed in our discussion of musical instruments that before we knew it, we had reached the site of the new bridge. Most of the construction work had been completed. All that remained was the task of stretching strong cables along the bridge's length to give it extra strength. The islanders were using mammoths to stretch the cables as tightly as possible, but as in all things concerning mammoths, things weren't going quite according to plan.
Come on now, old girl. Get off the cable. Go.
Don't worry. All it needs is a bit of a push. Oh!
Huh? Hey, I've heard something like that before. Last night, when the musicians were playing the Mammoth Tales.
Hey, Troy, mate. You're all right. All right.
It's kind of like the woodwind instruments. The cable vibrates and gives off a note. And the longer the cable, the deeper the note.
That's exactly right, Olive. Every instrument that uses a string to produce a sound works in the same way. Stringed instruments all use vibrating strings to make sound. The strings are made to vibrate by the musician, who either strums or plucks the strings with their fingers, as with the guitar, or alternatively by using a bow, as with the violin. The strings need to be kept tight, and they are adjusted or tuned by turning a peg at the end of the instrument's neck.
Guess what? After last night's concert, all the musicians were struck down by a terrible earache. Oh, so were the music mammoths. Oh, what are we going to do? We gotta have music for the grand opening ceremony.
How terrible for them. They have my sympathy. I was struck down by a mammoth, I seem to recall.
I know. Let's make some musical instruments of our own. Get your dad and my dad and meet us at the inventor's workshop.
Great idea. See you there.
Hey, steady on, you two. You can't make lots of instruments just like that.
Huh? Of course you can. They're just tubes with lots of holes in them, aren't they? Come on.
Well, yes, not exactly, Olive. Take the saxophone, for example. It's made of metal, and and instead of a musician blowing across a hole to produce a note, he or she blows past a flexible reed, which makes the air inside the saxophone vibrate. Woodwind instruments, such as the oboe and bassoon, use 2 reeds to do the same thing. Each way of making the note produces a different kind of sound.
No problem. We can find some reeds, can't we?
Well, yes, I suppose so, but we'll also need brass instruments.
Brass? Oh, yeah. You were going to tell me about those. How do they work?
Just like that, Olive. This will do in place of the mammoth trunk. It is a trombone. It works in a similar way to the trumpet, but uses a section of tubing here called a slide. You can lengthen or shorten the tube by sliding it in and out to change the notes. Do you see?
Yeah, I get it. So, if there are instruments that can make music in the same way as a mammoth's trunk, there must be others that make music in the same way as a mammoth's stomach or tusks, right?
That's right! Instruments that you hit with sticks, mallets, or your hands are called percussion instruments, and they produce sound in just the same way as a mammoth's stomach. Exactly the same thing happens when a drummer hits a drum, but there's no danger of the drum running away halfway through a performance.
And I suppose it's the same when you tap a mammoth's tusks.
Almost. When a tusk is struck, it vibrates, sending out sound waves in all directions. This sound isn't very loud unless you hit the tusk really hard, and I don't think the mammoth would enjoy that very much. Instead of a mammoth's trunk, musicians use a metal or wooden bar. And when they hit the bar, this makes the air vibrate inside a tube underneath it called the resonator. This makes the sound louder or amplifies it. A xylophone is simply a collection of bars and resonators of different lengths. Each resonator produces a different note. Very good, Oliver. It'll come with practice, I'm sure. Pilbeam, perhaps you'll be better on the trombone and we'll put Olive on the violin. Oh, please, everyone, just stop! I can't hear myself think! The next day, everyone gathered at the bridge for the concert to celebrate its completion.
Where are the mammoths? You can't have music without mammoths!
And whatever else it was unlike any concert performed before on Mammoth Island.
We're a hit! Everyone said it was the safest concert they've ever been to. So, what did you think? Oh, my boy!